This is a tactical exercise for the strip mall for the Gamegopher. First question that will be asked in this exercise is, what actions would you take from the time that you receive the alarm to arrive on scene? Initially, when I first hear this alarm, I'm going to think as a senior captain, ladder truck captain on this call. I'm concerned with the MDT, what it says to me, if there's additional information, if it says heavy black smoke, 2 possible victims, a strip mall. Strip mall, you worry about, is it one I'm going to have to ventilate on, or am I going to have to go in and do a primary search depending on the situations? Our priorities, according to the HFD and along with the textbooks, say that life hazard is a priority. That's the first thing we do. We worry about the firefighter safety and we worry about the civilian safety. So in this instance, I'm thinking about where this location is, what time of day. No one's sleeping. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a business. I'm concerned about what kind of businesses might be around. Once the chief says, "Hey, I'm going to be this is district so and so. I'm going to be delayed," then I'm going to start thinking from a command role. When I get on location, what am I going to do with my units? I'm going to go down the Colwell's Wealth. I'm going to look at the construction. Strip malls, there's a possibility of collapse on heavy fire with the steel bar joist. Occupancy, it's daytime, businesses are busy. There can be an untold amount of people up and down that strip mall, and some may not even be aware that there's a fire condition in one of the stores. A game store has lots of plastics. According to our textbooks, plastic's one of the nastiest, easiest combustible items there, so heavy fire can present quickly. Apparatus-wise, if I pull up location, I see heavy fire coming out, I'm pulling a 211 right there. Just that way to have enough manpower, because on the back of these strip centers are usually hard to force entry in. If the fire ends up being up front, we might have to go in from the back, or we might have to go from the front. I'll have to make a decision on location. Life hazard, I'd look and see if there's a chemical pool company next door. That's a problem, but lots of stuff that could, nitrates and whatnot, and ammonia and stuff could cause a big problem in a fire. Water supply, it's a large distance. I'm going to worry about where I can hook up to have a plug hooked up, and does the initial company drop a line and come in, or does the second company go into the first line? Height, how tall is it? Is it regular ground letter set going to be used, or is my ladder truck going to be used? If I'm having command, first thing I'm telling my guys is if there's life hazard, which this scene seems to have coming up, they're going to go in and they're going to try to find the victims. And once engine 1 comes in, have them assist in bringing a line. If the conditions are too heavy, start working on forcing the back door. Something to keep my firefighters safe until the chief comes, relieves me to where I can go assist the rest of my crew. But I'll make sure that there's 2 guys together, and then the engine EO or ladder EO can assist me and help with either start laddering the buildings, or help me starting command and writing down all the information and units come in, so when the arriving chief comes in, I can hand over additional paperwork. Question 2, upon arrival, what's your initial report size up do you give? Ladder 1 en route, ladder 1 to OEC, give me attack channel, ladder 1 on location. If no chiefs there, I've been told to delay. I'm going to say ladder 1 assuming Corps Road Command. Corps Road Command to engine 1. When you get on location, I want you to take an engine 3/4 line, go in and assist with knocking down the fire or penciling down the fire. Engine 2, when you get on location, lay a line in engine 1. Go in and assist engine 1 by doing a primary search, look for the victims. Ladder 2, when you get on location, assist with primary search. Engine 3, when you get on location, set up RIT. When district gets on location, set up the accountability box. Engine 4, come to the command post. Size up wise on that. Back to the coal as wealth. I'm worried about the construction. Have a strip mall, one-story strip mall building. Occupancy level is high. It's during the daytime. That's a time part of the coal as well. Height. It's a 1.5-story building. It's a heavy building with lots of the steel bar joists in there. Water supply. I'm worried about the distance of the water supply to get the line in from engine 2 and engine 1. Is it enough water supply? Do I need another pumper when I call for a second alarm? Second alarm. I got reported people in there calling a second alarm so I can get some additional EMS units there. The initial box EMS unit will be there, and they can help with it. But with second victim, it's good to have another set of EMS units there. Question 3. Based on your role at the scene, what assignment orders would you give to perform your initial actions? Again, first pumper takes a line in, tries to either knock down or pencil the fire, figuring out where the victims are. If they're close by, you're going to have to pencil it. Engine 2 lays a line. Second in ladder truck comes in and helps with primary search. When engine 2 is done laying the line, they go in and help assist with the search. The search is the getting at the victims is the largest priority at this moment. Keeping the fire at bay, we have 1 to 2 hour walls here. Would have to check once I get relieved of command. Go up and look and see if there's a cock lock problem from the top. If it's steel bar joist and there's heavy fire there, that's a possible collapse. We might have to pull away once we pull the victims out and go defensive on this. It depends on what kind of fire I have. Question 4. If the situation develops, what communications, if any, do you make? Again, that waits. If the conditions are showing worse now, we have to highly consider this as a defensive operation. Get more units to evacuate more exposures. Possible additional ladder trucks to go farther out from the units to start pulling up a possible trench to try to stop extension. This becomes a fire that's more, if it's more intensified, it becomes more defensive fire, more of a protecting and property conservation once those 2 people are removed. If they're not able to be removed, then that was a fire that wasn't meant for us to save people. We need to continue with fire priorities. Question 5. What actions would you take and what orders would you give to members under the command that you're with? I would tell my firefighters that, just like I did in the first part, our main initial priority is firefighter safety and civilian safety. We need to make sure that if there's a savable life, that we need to do it. I know we're not a water command type vehicle or a vehicle that has water, but if the victims are 15, 20, 30 feet in, there's no excuse why we can't go in and try to initiate a search to try to get the civilians. If the chief shows up on location and we have an attack crew already in there, we already have an electric primary search, I'll ask the chief if we can go to do ventilation. I feel ventilation is very important because it does multiple things. It brings the smoke off the victims. It brings line of sight better for the initial attack crews. This is my final response.